Sit back, relax and enjoy listening. Days pass, and SV does everything she can to ensure her mother remains unaware of the traumatic events she's endured. Though she manages to keep the truth hidden, the anger and guilt fester inside her, seeping into her every action. One early morning, while SV is still asleep, her mother wakes with the intention of surprising her by preparing her favorite dish. She carefully climbs onto a stool to reach the upper shelf in the kitchen. As she stretches to grab something, the stool wobbles, and a sharp gasp escapes her as she nearly loses her balance. At the last second, she catches the edge of the table, steadying herself. The sound is enough to wake SV. In a heartbeat, SV bolts out of bed, her heart pounding with panic. She races to the kitchen and finds her mother still standing precariously on the stool, clutching the table for support. Rushing forward, SV scolds with concern. "Mom, what are you even doing?" She hurries to help her down. In her rush, she forgets to wear her gloves, revealing the bandaged hand she's been hiding. As she steadies her mother, SV notices the change in her expression. Her eyes are locked onto the injured hand. Confused, SV follows her mother's gaze, then her own eyes widen with realization. She instinctively tries to pull her hand away, but it's too late. Her mother's eyes are already filling with tears. Trying to defuse the moment, SV restlessly tries to brush it off. "What are you looking at, Mom?" But her mother doesn't speak. She simply stares at the hand, and the tears start to fall. SV's voice trembles as she tries to reassure her. "Hey Mom, it's nothing," she says softly, guiding her toward the couch. "It's just a small cut. Nothing major, Mom, that's all." But her mother continues to cry, the silence finally cracking under the weight of her worry. SV wipes at her mother's tears, her voice growing desperate. "Mom!" Still shaking her head, her mother stares at her daughter with a heartbreaking mix of sorrow and knowing. She doesn't need an explanation. She sees the truth hidden behind SV's eyes. Now pleading, SV clutches her mother's hands and whispers, "Mom, please say something. Please don't be silent. I'm sorry," her voice breaking with guilt. "I didn't mean to make you worry like this. Please, Mom, don't be upset." She wraps her arms tightly around her, holding her as though she could somehow shield her from everything. Her tears now mingle with her mother's. Moved by her daughter's anguish, her mother finally hugs her back, whispering softly, "It's okay. But from now on, please take better care of yourself, okay?" Relieved by her mother's voice, SV smiles faintly through teary eyes, wiping away the last of her mother's tears. "Yes, Mom, I will." As they broke the hug, SV smiled, wiping away her mother's remaining tears. "Thank you, Mom. I love you. You're the best." Still concerned, her mother nods and gestures toward the first aid box. "Now pass me that first aid." She carefully tends to the wound herself, gently applying ointment and wrapping it in fresh bandages. Later that afternoon, they sit together for lunch when SV's phone rings. She instinctively reaches to silence it, but her mother places a hand over hers and picks up the phone instead. She answers and puts it on speaker. The voice on the line is brisk, professional. "Hello, ma'am. We have a client from abroad who's in town for an event. They're interested in a deal with us, and this event could be the perfect opportunity to finalize it. They've invited you, and it's a great chance for us." SV begins to respond with rising frustration, but holds her tone in check with her mother listening. She mutters, "I am not available." But her mother cuts her off, her voice steady and authoritative. "She will be there. Please make the necessary arrangements." "And when is the event?" "The event is today from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. SV's mother cuts her off firmly. "Done. She'll be there. Thank you." She hangs up before SV can protest further. SV, frustrated, protests, "Mom, why did you do that? You know I'll be back late, and you'll be alone." "I'm not going." But her mother looks her in the eye and says with quiet strength, "You have to go. This is your opportunity. The one you created for yourself. You can't just let it slip away. I know very well how hard you work to get where you are." "But Mom," SV tries again, softer this time. Her mother doesn't budge. "You're going." Then more gently, "I'll be fine. Don't let your business suffer because of me. I can take care of myself. Now go get ready." You need to be there on time. Reluctantly, SV gets dressed and leaves for the event around 2:30 p.m., though her mind remains back at home with her mother. Meanwhile, her mother decides to visit SV's office, determined to speak with her manager. Upon arrival, the manager greets her warmly, though he appears slightly nervous. "Good afternoon, ma'am. Is there anything I can get for you?" Looking him squarely in the eyes, her mother replies calmly but firmly, "I want answers." Caught off guard, the manager hesitates. "What kind of answers, ma'am? I'm not sure what you mean." She doesn't flinch. "Please don't play dumb with me. I know you know what happened. How did my daughter's hand get cut? What's going on? Tell me everything." Trying to maintain his composure, the manager feigns surprise. "Cut? What cut?" "SV ma'am cut her hand." "When? Is she okay?" "I didn't know." SV's mother's voice softens, trembling with desperation as she pleads. "Please, I know you're aware of what's going on. Please tell me. I just want to know the truth." The manager stands frozen, torn. He remembers SV's stern warnings to keep everything from her mother. Despite the pleading eyes before him, he continues the act. Realizing she's not going to get the truth from him, her mother gives up the effort. She leaves the office quietly, her heart heavier than before. The manager offers to have her driven home, but she declines, asking only, "Please don't tell her I was here." She walks away, lost in her thoughts. Her steps drift aimlessly as she crosses the road, too consumed by doubt and fear to hear the honking cars or the shouts of bystanders urging her to move.